Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bring it on in. Bring it on in, family. Listen, let's get another quick one here for y'all to give a couple thoughts over this weekend as I prepare to get ready for a drink o'clock. Guys, as much expected yesterday, price did drop as well, AMC, but there's talk in circulation, especially from one of our favorites, Uncle Lou, speaking on maybe a secondary chance for how this could play out. Like I said, I told everybody, I'm playing this as a trade now, in and out, in and out, riding the ups and downs of this to recoup my money, but there might be a secondary plan that's going on with this play, which was the only thing that made sense to me after I sat back and thought over it, because there's be no other explanation for why a CEO would blatantly destroy his company, right? We're going to talk about that as well as the reason that the market is taking a little bit of a hit today with the new meeting, well, not new meeting, but the Fed meeting that occurred today, talks from Jerome Powell, and also the ironicness of the BRICS summit happening, and then the next day, of course, we have our Fed meeting, which just goes in line with the fact that I don't think a lot of people are looking at the BRICS nations in this setup as they're devising away from America. I think that this is actually the creation of the level playing field. This one, we know this is going to be the jump off in the movement of the crypto markets and how crypto is going to make its way in. But I believe that eventually there will be a cohesiveness between the United States and these BRICS nations. I don't think it's a against thing as much as everybody thinks. But like I said, guys, let's talk about it. But first, let's get a little intro action in. Let's get down to it. Let's tap in first with a quick little clip from Charles Payne, kind of talking about his outlook on what's going on with the Fed meeting. I think everybody's kind of having the same outlook, and this is what's causing the uncertainty in the market. Let's get down to it.
Very eventful week, but listening to everyone on Wall Street, from all these experts that come on all the time, and all the experts out there talking all the time, and the chair of the Federal Reserve today, it feels like we're living way too much in the here and now. And I got to tell you, this short term it's not new, but maybe inevitable that a nation just gets this way. When a nation becomes as preeminent as we are, it feels like the longer it lasts, the longer it's expected to last. And yet there is less effort being put into the machine of greatness that got us here, even though we're demanding more out of that machine. Right now is being pulled off in part by...
Guys, just quick pause. Greatest generational wealth transfer is occurring right now. And this is something that I keep alluding to each and every single day. Do not get so caught up in the right now. We're talking about a 5, 10, 15, 20-year rise. We're talking about generational wealth. Everything seems so fickle. And if you get caught up in the day-to-day transactions, especially with the stock market, especially what's going on with the Fed, obviously, as we know, there's a recession, there's a recovery. We're trying to balance out and fix what's going on with those governing bodies, what they've done with our fiscal policies and monetary. But understand, I, without a doubt, know that this country is not going under. I know it can seem like, oh, we're going down, it's over. Guys, listen, America's been in way worse positions and always comes back. Like I said, it's just not something that's going to disappear. So if you're taking your bank that America's going to be gone, I think that's an ill move to make, as opposed to saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm at the ground level of a reset. That's where I want to be at, as far as my money.
By mind-boggling debt. Folks, great empires have come and gone. So the idea that we can remain on autopilot and still be on top of the world is absolutely silly. The clock is ticking louder and louder. And those nations that make up the BRICS, you know, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, they hear that as well. And you know what? Even though they're grappling with their own issues, and some people downplay what happened this week, China, their growing economy, their growing military will be helped by the young populations of these other places. They're all eager to tackle the world. They're armed with much better educations than they've ever had. In the meantime, our education, the children in America, our educational scores are falling like a rock. So if the BRICS do expand to 11 nations, they're going to control 80% of the world's oil, all other critical minerals and materials out there. By the way, these minerals are supposed to power the next century. So the clock I mentioned is beginning to tick even louder. You know, it's one.
And that is one of the reasons why this BRICS nation and everything's populating. Understand, guys, the tokenization of assets, especially in South Africa, the gold that's in the motherlands, the natural resources in the motherlands. Once that's online, guys, it's going to be a game-changing factor. But like I said, there's no way to leave out United States. Either way it goes, there's no way to just, how can I say, we might not be what we were in the past, which was the Alpha and the Omega, there is going to be a spread of use. But like I said, I've always been up on the fact that what's going on right now is a centralization of the populace. We are going to eventually become a human race, and that starts with the currency, which is why I know cryptocurrency is going to be the most bona fide next move.
Wonderful that Taylor Swift and Beyonce, that their concerts are generating billions of dollars in economic activity. I just worry that some of the concert goers don't know how they're going to pay their rent next month, or maybe stuck living with their parents. It kind of recalls that famous piece from Janal, the Roman poet. Already long ago, from when we sold our vote to no man, the people have abdicated our duties for the people who once upon a time handed out military command, high civil office, legions, everything, now restrains itself and anxiously hopes for just two things, Liz: bread and circuses.
Yeah,
that's what we're living for.
I mortgaged my bedroom
There goes our redhead.
For the Bee Gees concert and Peter Frampton.
If you bought and kept those T-shirts, you could buy a house with them right now.
You know, I kept the Peter Frampton T-shirt, not the Bee Gees. All right, thank you, Charles.
Good conversation, good little intro. But guys, like I said, I want everybody to understand what's going on around us right now. This is not a joke. This is not a game. The greatest generational wealth transfer is occurring right now. Do not be laxed and lulled in thinking that things are not moving around in the background. And the idea of being financially free, being wealthy, is up on you, and it's your responsibility to be ahead of these waves, to be planting this money down, which truly has no value, and putting in these assets that are going to be of value. These banger companies: Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Guys, these are the countries of the future. Tesla is bigger than what it seems. Tesla, I keep telling people, you're looking at just the car perspective. Tesla is going to be a household name as far as satellites, energy. It's a tech company, phones, internet, everything that's encompassing it, and you're able to buy these at bare bones price. Do not let this timeline pass upon you to where you're looking back in 5 or 10 years like, dang, I should have been on it. Especially when you're seeing these price targets 800, Tesla at 1250 by Kathy Woods. These people are not just blurting out random things, and they're not doubling down and trading these stocks just willy-nilly. Now, moving on in, guys. As we talked about with yesterday, I told y'all to expect today that the stock was going to fall further as they wanted to give y'all a bad taste in your mouth. And I expect this to go on through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, as, you know, we're going to that second phase. The integrated APN obviously chopped that down. But the craziest part is, and we'll tap back in. Let's go over these notes before I explain kind of what Lou was alluding to and why it kind of makes sense to me. Guys, currently still sitting at 0 shares available. They finally updated short interest fees, which were at 0% yesterday, actually today. So even though it's reflecting their fees on Ortex, the cost of borrow and all that is diminishing down. Still reporting from, and we'll go back through here, short interest 26.63. Free float on loan is now dropped all the way down to 11, saying that there's only 16.89 million shares on loan. Saying cost borrows at 391.78, but I do not see that. Obviously, y'all seeing utilization drop from 100 down to 22. Days to cover is stifling down as well to 3.89, guys. Like I said, the pressure has been released off of it. But there is a second chance as far as us making our money back and then making money in this play. Let's keep on doubling down. AMC Ortex, not AMC Ortex, New York threshold securities list still showing AMC was on the threshold securities list as of yesterday. Guys, those failed to delivers are still sitting back there. Now, of course, through these phases, those are going to be somehow handled. Obviously, we're seeing them deal with these, the short interest coming down. And next is going to be those failed delivers, and they're doing this in a systematic way, guys. Now, pulling back through to our AMC play, what was talked about was that, which I can't remember, it was Lou that came up with it or the guy with the glasses, but about 2-3 months ago, there was talk of this being a hostile takeover. I came and said there's nothing hostile about it because our CEO was putting this together. Well, Lou brought it all together in the simple fact that somebody is probably going to buy this stock out. Now, what that means in the present time is that, yes, this stock is going to deplete down. How I'm playing this is that if I'm able to somehow get this stock at $5 or $6 and pick back up in there, you know, I know this is not somebody in the audience here, but if it gets down to $1, that'll be game changing. $1,000, get 1,000 shares, but somebody's coming in to buy this. And it made me go back and wonder, when we first came in coming off of that GameStop, AMC and be a sympathy play, what if it was the fact that we were jumping in and we bought in and caused this price raise in what was about to be a buyout? Somebody who's going to buy out AMC. We're seeing over there that in multiple companies, AMC is expanding. The movie theater business is making money. So the fact that it's depleting down here, we know that this is nothing but the movement of algos and then our CEO letting us down. But the question came back, and the only thing that would make sense is if he's setting this up to be bought by a company. Now, with that being said, if somebody were to buy this out, and especially, which I expect the price to come lower than where we're sitting currently at $12.55 in after hours, it's 6:52 p.m. Eastern Central Time. So like I said, we got about an hour and 10 minutes left before markets close, and it's the weekend. But it alludes to the fact that there might be a way to capitalize on if this comes down. And again, not telling you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just telling you how I'm playing this. I'm buying in and selling and buying in and selling. I'm not doing a diamond hands thing, obviously, as I know the price is coming down. But if I can catch this price at a low, because now that we reverse split back, we're back up on those terms of these being full shares as how they were before APE. Of course, they've robbed us of money, robbed us of shares, but we've come back to the central point of these shares being realistic shares. There's no apes on the sideline. But if somebody were to come in and buy this, not only would that cause a price spike, but then we all know that, and this is what I tell everybody in the chat that comes in and says, hey, I'm still holding. Y'all never see me say, oh, sell. Hey, like I tell each and everyone, I'm behind y'all. Because at the end of the day, we know what the price is going to raise higher than this. There's no way for, let's see if I can type this in here. How do you spell it? Cinemark. I'm looking for Cinemark. There we go. So there's no way for Cinemark to be at $15.90 and the number one stock in the sector to be lower. And obviously this is a fall off the highs of $18. So we know the price has got to be high. It's going to eventually raise higher than what it is right now. So those that are holding on to your shares, hey, I'm not a person, never get this construed to me saying, hey, sell your shares. But I just know there's a way for you to maximize your money as far as catching the low, selling high, as opposed to just having to ride the wave of lose your money and then catching those gains. We've got to move this play and attack this play differently than what it is. Like I said, the buy and hold mentality has been destroyed. This is the last of the Moabs. And obviously we've seen through multiple different plays that they've done with these reverse splits, how these go. But AMC still has a difference in the fact that if that is true, that somebody's buying this out, there's a big chance of a price raise. And even if there was a chance of you getting it at $2 and $3 buying in right, and we have a run back up to $50, $100, which is not going to be the 1,000, 2,000 people are talking about, but going from $2 to $100, that's a lot of return depending on how much money you put in there. So like I said, guys, there's a lot that's brewing. We're obviously having to get through these phases of what's going on with them trying to de-escalate, remove all the pressure that's played, but eventually the stock is going to trade fundamentally. And the fundamentals are getting better on the play. So it's not even the same as where it was previously, where it was like, yeah, the company's bankrupt, and we're the ones holding up. They robbed us, but now the company has these movies coming out. They eventually is going to have to apply. There's no way for us to keep having good earnings and the stock to continue dropping, especially after what they've been aiming to do has been done, regrettably so. But that's just something to put in your mind. I want y'all to think about that and give a little bit of air of confidence and also some hope for those that are still holding on to play. Like I said, much power to y'all that are holding through the play. Like I said, I'm going to attack it this way because, like I said, from this 3 years, I've learned so much. Wouldn't change anything. I would do it all over again the same way, because what I've learned and how I've learned to trade has made me a better trader. I've been in plays like VFS, which I've been pulling up the last couple of days, which I don't recommend y'all jumping in now because options come on the line. Obviously, we know the fraud comes along, but like I said, jumped in from $19 about 3 days ago. Been riding this up in and out, nickel and diamond and smacking them. Like I said, I've scalped and I've made a good little chunk of change off of this, riding up to 70. I sold off today around $68 right before market close. But just keep that on the back of your mind. Now, put it on through, guys, with things that we were talking about with the BRICS nation and things that we're going to keep alluding to, which is XRP and the cryptocurrency, which is going to be the solution to the financial problems of financial endeavors. Do not think that even though we have the SEC and everybody attacking, that the world doesn't know what's going on. But let's read down through here. This guy's Ripple.xrpx. Remember I told you the BRICS is connected to the level playing field. 23rd of August, BRICS Leadership Summit was their meeting. 24th, the Fed meeting has its Jackson Hole meeting, right? Jackson Hole is where the level playing field was hatched by Mark Carney. All eyes are on Jerome Powell. Guys, like I said, it always seems like, oh, we're fighting this and that. That's why I tell people, it's like, oh, China, this. I'm like, guys, we own most of our debt to China. So even though it seems like these different figures are our enemies, understand that the next level up, the higher powers, the powers that be, those that run these worlds and run the world, are all intermingled and talking to each other. So don't let the media confuse you on what's going on with this money thing. Money game and then your emotions are two separate things. They never go well together. Put it on through. Just a allude on Jay Powell, guys. And like I said, we're taking a dip in the markets currently because of that reserve. The meeting wasn't a bad one as far as like Jay Powell saying inflation is going out of control, but there was talks of possible more rate hikes. What people were looking for in the markets were him to say that there was going to be a halt, but he's never going to say that because they have to keep this power over the market. And like I said, for everybody trading, and especially those holding long-term, you got to understand whenever you got a Fed meeting coming up, the market is going to dump a little bit. But understand that we're 15% from all-time highs. Do not be scared in the short term. Think about the long term. I'm telling you, 2024, 2025, you missing out on these buying opportunities is going to be something that you regret. Put it on through with a little clip here. And we're going to end it off here. Nice little quick little clip for y'all to think over before we do drink a clock, baby. A celebration to 1,000. Hey, much love to y'all boys. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all make a dream come true. Glad y'all come in and listen. Y'all find the information helpful. But putting it up here, XRP is the standard. People that believe the BRICS countries will not use Ripple.net and XRP. Mass adoption was achieved in the MENA region before the United States even knew what XRP is. XRP is 90% of all contracts were not signed by the United States. Yes, they have their own network, but let's see what he continues down here. Let's see here. We're gonna watch this video. But every network can be integrated into ILP, the Interledger Protocol. Do you think the central banks are testing CBDCs on private XRP ledgers because they won't use XRP? Wake up. That was said the best, guys. Like I said, this is the best thing since sliced bread. You want wealth, you want bots on yachts? I'm telling you, please don't miss out on this opportunity. Guys, the Ballot Wallet, go click the description. Go get you one. Use my discount. You get the Ballot Wallet for $30. That is my top recommended. Slid over the top of Legend. It's always been my top. Just for the fact that it's a true cold storage. You can look at all your assets on your phone, load up from your phone, but until you use your passcode and your passphrase together on the ballot, it's offline. So people walking around with scanners cannot get into my Ballot Wallet. So I don't have to really worry about that from the Bluetooth perspective. It's a metal card, very resistant, and putting that in a safe place. I'm locking those away. Like I said, I've got a couple thousand on one, and now I've started breaking them down where I'm putting 500 on the card. So when it hits these brackets of 500, 1,000, 1,500, I can go in and sell those cards, bring those online. Because once I bring the card online, I'm gonna have to get a new card. That's how I'm keeping myself 100% secure. But also, that's my plan of attack and also my plan of sale. Like I said, guys, 250,000, $1 million. You can make a lot work while you wait for the rest of your big bulk of your XRPs or cryptos or H-bars to continue to glide. Because like I said, XRP is going to be that thing that you regretted if you didn't come in and catch some of these at 50 cents. $200 take you a long way. 500 coins right now. Like I said, not financial advice, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Now let's catch this video and we're going to end off sweet. Let's do it.
Dilp, here in Dubai at Ripple Regionals, we've seen Abu Dhabi Global Markets on stage. And Ripple has been engaging with lots of central banks around the world. Why is Ripple doing that?
Well, you know, central banks are both regulators of their financial ecosystem, but also they operate the payment systems in their own countries. So when new technology like this comes along, they can be inhibitors of the use of that technology or really catalysts for innovation. So since Ripple is bringing new tech to the marketplace, central banks are critical to our success.
How else is Ripple engaging with central banks?
Well, really two fronts. One is on the policy side. Folks like Ryan Zagon and his team engage with them on the development of thoughtful regulatory policy. In my role at Ripple, I'm more interested in getting central banks to get their feet wet with DLT and with crypto assets. And that allows them to understand how this tech could be utilized to make payments faster, cheaper, and real time. And that makes a big difference in the adoption of these technologies by the banks or other payment providers in their countries.
And what kind of results are you seeing in terms of adoption?
So for example, last year we partnered with SAMA, which is the central bank for Saudi Arabia, and that resulted in 4 major banks starting their digitization journey on.
Understand, guys, the Saudis, everybody, these major banks are implementing XRP, CBDC. We've heard them. XRP, that judgment of it not being security separated very far apart. Do not be caught in the now. I promise you, this is going to be one of those opportunities that you're going to wish that you were in on.
Ripple it. Here, for example,
Bitcoin was 50
Bahrain
cents on
and
1.2.
Abu Dhabi global markets are leading the
And
world
this
in the
exceeds
development of
Bitcoin.
regulatory frameworks for the
This
use
is
of
what
crypto
Bitcoin
assets.
couldn't get to
And that's
because
gotta
it
be a
was
good
making
thing
was
for the
killed.
ecosystem.
Good little video there. Good little video, guys. Hey, much love to y'all. Guys, understand that you're one trade away from changing your family's life, your wife, your car, your whip, your thoughts, your yachts, and everything, guys. This is the game of a battle of attrition. This is the game of money, the game of investment. Understand that one speed bump is not the end. Like I said, salute to all of y'all. This is why I love the family that we're building over here, because in the comments, you're not hearing a bunch of, so you're hearing people, hey, I learned a lesson. Like I said, I learned a lesson, and that's why I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell. How I'm playing my AMC is there's money to be made irregardless. It would be foolish of me as a trader and an evolving trader to not take what I've learned, implement it. Buying and holding only allows the other side to know what I'm doing. And that's exactly what they don't need to know. The other side has been making money off AMC, and so can we. The whole perspective of the buy and hold, and they'll get shares, that's going out the window with this a reverse split going down, and they succeeded on that front. But that doesn't necessarily mean they won the war. Understand that there's money to be made on this AMC, and this AMC thing is not over. Like I said, I'm not abandoning any of y'all, my family members, just because I'm trading different. Understand, anything pops up with AMC, we bring to the channel. This isn't like a thing we're saying we're never going to talk about AMC again. But what we are doing, what a lot of family are doing, is we're evolving as traders. If you aren't taking the lessons you're learning and moving up, you're staying stagnant, and that's where you lose in this stock market game. It's not about when I lose money or lose money on plays. It's about me seeing whenever I lose money on play, okay, boom. When I started day trading, I was getting smacked up trying to do the buy and the whole thing and greed and everything. Instead of now I'm at the point where I put my stop loss in. And I say, hey, boom, I'd rather take $250 than sit up and say, all right, I'm aiming for $1,000. Now, if it goes $1,000, that's great. But having that hit, boom, get that $250. It comes back down. I know it's going to go back up. I can do that again and play it. And that's what the name of this game is, guys. That's what I've learned from my experience in evolving as a trader. And like I said, that's all that we will keep bringing back is banger information, banger plays, and ways for us to keep getting richer as a retail family, guys. Much love to y'all. I'm so glad y'all are here with me. Y'all enjoy the weekend. It's about to be shots o'clock, guys. We're going to have a little celebration. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all boys. Y'all know, if anything, y'all got somebody real with you, and we're going to do this thing together. I'm not going to abandon y'all. I'm not going to mislead y'all. No matter how slow the channel grows, no matter how much I don't want to have to say it, I'm going to keep a 100 with you. That's what I do. Hey, Money Montgomery's going to keep it a beam. We're going to keep it 150 with y'all boys. Hey, y'all hold it down. Y'all have a good weekend. And as everybody knows what comes next, right? DJ B Money, drop that bringer. Yes, sir.